Welcome, listeners. I am your host, Angus Davidson, and today I will be exploring how the rise in film franchises has suppressed the release of original films. The modern film franchise era began in the late 1970s with the release of Star Wars up to the present day, where Marvel has become a staple in the film industry, driving box office success. The health of major film franchises is under scrutiny, with some releases underperforming compared to the previous ones. This has led to a focus on improving production budgets. Following on from my findings, I then asked the public, do you think there are too many film franchises?
I think there is. Is like when I don't watch films that much, but when I see a really good original film, I don't want to actually see it remade a million times over and over again. I like classic old stuff, and if it's that good, why does it have to be made, and why does it have to be franchised and whatever? And sequel after sequel, what's the point of that? Make something fresh, make something new.
I do think there's enough. I don't think you need any more than what we've got now.
I do think there are too many film franchises. I think the Marvel multiverse or universe or whatever it's called, I think there's too many of them. They overdid the Star Wars ones. Yeah, I think after a while you just start to think you need to come up with something original.
Afterwards, I asked the public, do you think the film franchises are ruining opportunities for original films to be released in the major cinemas?
Yeah, probably. I mean, because there's like tons of new films coming out by like small makers that just aren't getting any chances because the places that already have big names are just taking over all the spots. It's not fair.
I feel like a lot of original films are better than franchise films at the moment, but they're not getting the recognition they deserve because films by franchises are taking over the market.
Well, yeah, I do think that. I think a lot of like huge film companies, they do, take up a lot of the spotlight, but there's a big, cult following for like indie horror films and stuff. So for like new filmmakers, that's kind of a medium where they can kind of get some like footing in the industry, I suppose.
Now Hollywood seems to have reached another plateau that requires a shift in the types of films the studios make, with a lot of people feeling that original films will come back to take the place of franchise films. Now let's see what people think by asking them, do you think that original films will come back in favour of major franchise films?
Yes, I think they will. Human imagination will always make excellent stories. Excellent stories make excellent films. Excellent films make good stories. So there's always a need for original films. Always.
In conclusion, I have found that film franchises have dominated the cinemas since the late 1970s to the present day, and there is a strong divide between cinema goers about whether film franchises have suppressed the release of original films. I have been your host, Angus Davidson. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to catch you again for my next fascinating broadcast.